This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It's an honor to have you here. I had a friend do some serious plumbing work for me, saved me hundreds of dollars, wouldn't take a dime for it. But he said, I want you to do me a favor. And I said, name it. And he said, I want you to buy a fishing license. There goes $38 in Nebraska. And then he said, I want you to go fishing with me. Okay, we'll see what we can do. So I bought the fishing license. I've been out 10 times this year. I haven't fished for 30 years. Again, I've heard a lot of horror stories about game wardens, and I prefer not to be around them if at all possible. With that in mind, I went fishing 10 times, and I've caught 15 fish. I said 15. Now, some of you might call them minnows, because some of them were 4 inches long, and I'm specifically, if at all possible, just fishing for bluegill. I said bluegill. There's very few fish that give you much better fight for the size of the fish, absolutely. And I do enjoy them. And of course I do it with a $1 fishing rod and reel that I got off of a yard sale. It is a Shakespeare. It's a little bitty guy, 6-pound test line on it. And the rod is anything but high dollar looking thing. But for $1 fishing rod, you bet, I can still have a lot of fun. I use a bobber to keep my hooks off the bottom and get snags. I've lost only 2 hooks this year. And that speaks high of using a bobber, and the fish are still biting on it. With that in mind though, I'd like to show you a bag. It's kind of a half bag, if you will, shoulder bag, some people call them. And this is my main fishing bag. It weighs less than 2 pounds total weight. Now yeah, you could throw it over here if you're going for a hike or something in that nature, but I use mine for a fishing bag. And what do I have in it? Okay, what do I have in my bag? It's this. Of course, one of the more important things you can have is some way to get that hook out of the fish's mouth as humanely as possible as far as that goes. I don't use treble hooks. I use a single hook, so a better chance that the fish won't be hurt very much and I can turn him loose and he'll survive. And of course, I also have a pair of scissors for cutting line. I also have a tape measure to measure the fish, not that I need to because I'm turning them loose, but it's nice to have. And of course, let's see, what else? Nothing else in that one. I've got, let's take the second one then. The next one, I have paper and pen, and I do have a scale to weigh a fish if I so desired. And of course, I have lead-bottomed, lead-inserted bobbers, give you a little weight for casting on that line. I carry a deal for mosquitoes or bee bite, things like that, kind of help me out. I've got a little bit allergic to that nowadays. Other bobbers, things like that. And then, if you want to go to the next line, you come over here. Don't do that. There we go. And of course I keep a fillet knife if I would ever need it. And it is a lightweight safety knife as far as that goes. And this is the rest of it. It's a nice little plastic case. It holds my doll flies. Most of my fishing, even as a kid 30 years ago when I fished quite often, I would, and a young man, I would use just doll flies. And I got by just fine. But I have a few other hooks in there. One lure, but I just really don't use lures. Not counting, they're so darned expensive. If you lose one, you feel sad about that or upset. And I hate to lose a $5 lure. I do have a couple of spinners, and I have been successful with them. So this is a poor man's way to go fishing. And lightweight, again, as I said, 2 pounds. All this stuff will be in there. And the only other weighted thing I carry is about a 1.5 pound BB pistol, gas powered, in case I run into a rattlesnake. But other than that, this is a poor man's way of going fishing. Yeah, you can have a $20,000 boat and $20,000 worth of lures and equipment, but rest assured you can also do it very inexpensively and enjoy life at any wage level that you are. You guys have a good day.